up, Pom-Pom?
Just got a message from the Xianzhou La Fu. Looks like it'll conflict with our original schedule.
It's been a while, my friends on the Astral Express. How's your trailblazing? Soon, the Xianzhou La Fu will be holding the Luminary War Dance. Those who have aided the La Fu in overcoming the crisis are cherished allies of the Xianzhou.
Well, things are getting lively. We've barely recovered from the family's Charmony Festival, and we're all...
Yeah, me too. But wait, won't it look unprofessional if we attend 2 ceremonies in a row?
So we should leave March behind to take care...
Hey! That's not what I meant! I'm all for some fun. I just hope there won't be any surprise party crashers, like...
The Xianzhou La Fu has recently overcome a crisis. By holding the war dance, they're demonstrating to everyone that they've returned...
But that's what everyone said before we went to Penacony!
No need to worry. The war dance is not like the Charmony Festival with all its hidden secrets. It's just a festival to honor the Rainbow Arbiter and the Cloud Knights. Aside from star skiff performances, it's mostly martial contests. Nothing too different from...
What do you think, Himiko? Since we've accepted Miss Black Swan's proposal, we should probably head to Amphorius for refueling.
There's certainly no rush. This trailblazing expedition is quite unique, and the Express needs to be fully stocked. With Madame Herta's help, I was planning to deliver some Leviathan fossils from Kalinga Abyss to Ron May, member 81 of the Genius Society. It could earn us some favors before we set off. However, it may take a few weeks.
Aw, so that means we're not...
Being an adult means maintaining relationships, whether we like it or not, March. Since we've been invited, it's only right for the Astral Express to it. So here's the plan. Pom-Pom will take everyone to the Xianzhou La Fu. Mr. Yang and I will meet up with Ron May and fulfill our promise. Meanwhile, you, March, and Don Hung will represent the Express.
What do you two think?
Himeko and Mr. Yang will be busy with serious research. Besides, fossils can't compete with martial contests when it comes. Plus, you're the only one with so many friends on the La Fu. I'll be lost if you don't come along. You've gotta lead the...
Now that everyone's on board with the plan, it's time to warp to the Xianzhou...
Kalinga Abyss? What does she expect to find there? Current research on the Leviathan merely proves how little we know about such life forms.
That's why geniuses are interested in that field. Science is all about uncovering the unknown. Don't miss us too much. If I stumble upon some cool Leviathan fossils, I'll bring a few.
Himeko really knows how to convince people. Between Leviathan... by the way, Don Hung, this time you'll...
Just let you two wander around aimless. Plus, Mr. Yang is right. The Ambrosial Arbor crisis just ended. And both the long life and short life species. And since he has extended an invitation...
Coming back to this place brings back so many memories. Hey, I'm not actually gonna recite a poem. I was just... this time we're not being forced or enticed or chasing after quite unusual.
I agree.
Is the Starskiff Haven always this crowded? Oh, there's
Yanqing said General Jingyuan sent him to.
Let's wait for him in front.
Hey, you guys! Hold on a moment. Did they just call us? Look at their outfits. Are you familiar with the Xianzhou Lafu?
We know a little bit.
We're from Penacony. Maybe you've heard of it. We came to this ship to gather interesting materials.
Oh, we just left there.
That's great. Do you know any must-see attractions?
Exactly. Most of the tourists around at the moment are here to attend the war dance. Yeah, we know about that ceremony. But isn't the fighting ring...
I've heard the ring was actually converted from a huge decommissioned Lafu fighter. The Radiant Feldspar is bigger, I guess.
But for now, all we can do is wait until the war dance starts in a few weeks, before we can board it. We've still got work to do, so
We're looking for unique experiences that you won't find on Penacony. Our clients love these kinds of...
You're the expert here. Give them some...
That's indeed a good idea. While the dreamscape on Penacony is all artificial.
Awesome! I love being out there in nature. Let's go to Scale Gord...
I'm a bit worried that nature-themed dream bubbles might be outdated. But...
See you later.
Look, Yanqing's here.
Really? Let's go...
Here you are. Everyone, this way. Hey, everyone. It's been a while.
It doesn't feel like it's been that long since we last saw you. But, Yanqing...
What's up, Miss Mart?
They say kids grow up really fast. Yanqing, are you a little bit...
We've only been away for a few months.
Huh? What are you doing?
Sorry, but after our previous adventures, I've become suspicious of whoever greets us first.
Do you have to be suspicious?
You know, the last time we came to the Xianzhou, the first person who greeted us.
I get it. Better safe than sorry.
Seriously? I've never seen the Lafu so lively before.
I was a bit worried that holding the war dance right after the Ambrosial Arbor crisis might be too soon. But seeing the bustling...
Yep. There's people from other delves and travelers like you with the war dance coming up. There's a huge number of visitors pouring into the Starskip Haven. The Cloud Knights are working hard. The General said this ceremony would help the Xianzhou Lafu recover from the crisis. It's a way to showcase our martial spirit, reassure people, boost morale, and attract... By the way, the Xianzhou Alliance places great importance on this ceremony too. The Xianzhou ships. Yeah, the Xianzhou Yaoqing is a major force in hunting down abominations, and is always engaged in conflict. But Madame Yukong from the Skyfaring Commission mentioned that the Yaoqing always sends back reports of great... I heard General Fei Xiao of the Yaoqing is a young and dauntless lady. My peers say that she's like a goddess of war, capable of crushing dozens of If only I could
By the way, Yanqing, where...
I'm sorry for talking your ear off. The General wants to catch up with you at the Palace of Astrum. He's been eating...
It's funny how he tries to act all mature.
I agree.
All units, assemble quickly! Get ready to protect the crowd!
Just mentioned security, and now all of a sudden something's gone wrong. Excuse me, I need to go check.
Hey, what's that supposed to...
We'll go with you.
Protect the civilians. I'll deal with him. Arson? Why are there forests? you for your help. Not good. Thanks for the help.
Sorry, no time to chat.
Could you give me back my... Wait! My sword! I'm sorry, but I'm afraid we'll have to put our plans on hold for now.
While we appreciate your rescue, my Cianjo friends, don't you think it's a bit too much to detain us and our cargo?
Sorry, but we've been ordered to detain you and your cargo for inspection until we figure once we're done with the formalities, we'll let you and your cargo go.
But this shipment isn't even meant for the Lafu. And it's IPC's
According to the protocol, all
But we didn't officially enter your dock at all.
Looks like this argument could go on forever. Let's not get involved. Who's in charge here? I need some answers.
It's my fault. We let our guard down for a moment.
With the war dance approaching, safety should be a top priority. Now, according to the protocol, Borisin prisoners should be held on a star skiff and taken directly to the shackling prison.
Please don't blame this, Captain. This incident involves the June...
Who are you?
I'm Liu Jun, officer of the Patrol Defense Squad. Thank you for your help, Lieutenant Yenqing. Here's what happened. An IPC transport ship was attacked by the Borisin just before arriving, and the Juming's diplomatic vessel came to the...
So, an IPC ship was attacked by the Borisin near the Lafu, and the Juming envoys saved them? Sounds
Honestly, it gives me a headache too. Juming diplomatic ship. You know, with all the outsiders flooding onto the Lafu, the star skiff lanes are under immense pressure. The Borisin desperate.
We'll make sure these prisoners are sent to the...
I see. It's an unusual situation. Maybe I should gather more...
Oh, you look much maturer now, Yan.
Please don't tease me, Miss March. The situation on the Cianjo before the war dance is like a calm lake.
What are those people? I mean,
Those werewolf monsters are known as Borisin. They are abominations of abundance. The Borisin have been a powerful force for a long time, plundering and enslaving many worlds. The threat they pose is just as terrible as this. Their presence has faded over the years. But who would have thought?
According to that officer, they attacked an IPC ship near the Senju.
Yeah, that's what I find strange too. Well, enough with the chit-chat. The General wants me. I'd love to chit-chat a little longer, but there are some things that...
is it a serious matter?
Thank you, but by the way, that young lady who just appeared, she took my sword. I'm thinking of filing...
I doubt she did it. Perhaps she's around here somewhere.
All right, let's not keep the
Don't worry. There aren't many people out there.
There sure are a lot of troublemakers.
Success.
It's been a long journey, Elder Wyatt. Thank you for your presence.
General, I brought our guests from the Express. Oh, I'm sorry for my bad timing. I didn't know you were meeting a guest, General.
Don't worry, you're just in time. It's been a while, my friends from the... Oh. Well, it's an honor to be in your... Allow me to introduce you to General Hua Yan. He's the Arbiter General of the Xianzhou Zhuming, known as the Flame.
No need to be so formal. I'm just a tourist here.
Elder Hua Yan is not only one of the Arbiter Generals, but also the Furnace Master of the Artisanship Commission.
Be it Arbiter General or Furnace Master, these are merely titles given to me long ago. I've retired several times already, but with the current change in circumstances, well, in the end, I'm to blame. Living such a long life naturally.
It's an honor to meet you,
General.
It's my honor to meet you, General Hua Yan.
No need to be all formal. Today. So, these three are the ones you mentioned, Jing Yuan? The heroes who helped you with the Ambrosial Arbor crisis?
Indeed. There's Don Hung, March 7th, and him. Without their help, I'm afraid the...
So, the Imbibitor Lune's reincarnation has returned to the Lawfu and will attend the war dance. I'd love to have a drink with you should the chance present itself.
You're more than welcome.
And this young friend is?
Yanqing, my apprentice. He remains by my side as my retainer due to his youth, which I hope will season him with experience. He will stand for the Lawfu's Cloud Knights in the upcoming war dance, ready to take on all...
Great, great! It's a real treat to see so many talented young people around here today. Oh, I almost forgot. This is my apprentice, Yu Li.
It's you!
Oh, it's you.
Oh.
What a coincidence! I was afraid I'd have...
Now you've piqued my...
She helped me capture the escaped Borisin prisoners at the Starskip Haven.
Your flying sword? Oh, so that's why...
Yes, it is.
Nope. That
won't do?
You want your sword back, right? Well, you can't just take it back. As for this little sword, it was supposed to strike that escaped Borisin prisoner. But unfortunately, its owner's agitated state caused... By the way, if I hadn't caught it and helped it hit its mark, that...
Hold on a sec, Yun Li. You took my sword without even asking, and now...
So much for luck.
What did you just say?
If you just stepped up and took your sword back from me fair and square, I would have totally respected you. With all due respect, you don't honor your sword. So you don't deserve...
Hasn't anyone told you that taking without asking is stealing? If you want to settle this with swords, fine. Let's have a one-on-one duel.
Yanqing.
Well, that's more like it.
You two.
Hey!
It's a small misunderstanding, and an apology would be too much. I've heard about the Zhu Ming's incredible swordplay and craftsmanship. Most notably, the legendary Flame Wheel Octet.
Such grandiose names. Some folks love to spin these fancy titles, trying to set the...
Well, everyone, Elder Hua Yan and I have some... I'll find another chance to talk with you all. I'd like to express my...
That's so kind of you.
Please forgive me for coming at an inconvenient...
You needn't apologize, General.
All right, Yun Li. Take this opportunity...
Yeah. It's better to make friends than enemies. But I won't be heading to the inn just yet. I want to visit Lingsha.
Yanqing, once you've helped our guests get settled, go to the Artisanship Commission for me. I've heard about the attack and the see if you can calm them down. don't get aggressive.
I'm on it. This is the report Qingzhou just sent me. Looks like the General has given me a tough challenge. Well, it's not exactly a test. As Cloud Knight officers, we not only... It's just, you know, talking things out isn't as straightforward as duking it out with weapons on the battlefield. Well, let's not worry about it.
It is the Lawfu's honor to have you in attendance at the war dance. Yet, the fact that a simple martial arts ceremony has attracted esteemed generals from the Zhu Ming and the Yao.
You're overthinking it, Jingyuan. As I said, I'm here to broaden my granddaughter's horizons. However, I have no clue what the Yaoqing Arbiter General has in mind. Do you remember when you accepted this position? I told you that an Arbiter General's battlefield goes beyond the physical one. You'll need to lead and manage everything on the Xianzhou. The title... So many years have passed, and you've done well. However, longevity for the Xianzhou people can be a curse. The Marshal knows everything that has happened on the Lawfu. As for the Merlin's Claw of the Yaoqing, she has come specifically. Speaking of which, why hasn't she arrived yet? They say the Merlin's Claw strikes like lightning. Being late is...
That's not true, General Huayan. She's been here a while, but I'm sure you've heard of her unbridled nature.
As soon as she disembarked from the Star Skiff, she mentioned having something to attend to, and simply...
You must be the messengers from the Xianzhou.
We are Jiaoqiu and Moza, retainers of the Merlin's Claw. It's an honor to meet you in person, Arbiter Generals.
Now this is interesting. A guest who doesn't come to visit but sends a message instead. What does she mean?
Master heard about a spectacular view in Scale Gorge Waterscape. I believe...
A spectacular view? Ha! Did you hear that, Jingyuan? This person is being sarcastic.
Please do not misunderstand me, General Huayan. I was simply stating the truth. Master thought it would be Once she's finished with admiring the scenery, she'll personally come.
Return my sword. Unacceptable. Every sword, if it weren't for the General's interference, I would have taught that shameless girl a lesson in... by the way, I don't know if it's just me, but the General seemed a little...
Reserved?
Maybe I'm just...
No, you're not. When I entered the Palace of Astrum, I realized that the messenger from the Xianzhou Zhu Ming was actually the Arbiter General himself.
That's right.
Well, that's what makes this entire thing so unusual.
What's so unusual about it?
The war dance is just a small festival. And now we have two Maybe they've come to...
Hold him accountable? Come on, didn't the Lawfu fall victim to the disciples of Sanctus Medicus?
Don Shu's rebellion and Ventilia's scheming are merely one side of the story to the other Arbiter Generals of the Alliance. Only a single piece of incontrovertible evidence remains.
The Ambrosial Arbor.
Yes. It's undeniable that the plague mark, which was subdued by the Xianzhou Lawfu, has resurfaced. But was it really a conspiracy instigated by the Ant once the spark of suspicion is kindled?
What was I thinking? Seriously. Here I was looking forward to a carefree and enjoyable
I was so excited. I thought those Arbiter General... By the way, I heard that an alchemist from the Juming diplomatic ship has arrived, and rumors say that she's to be the new cauldron master of the alchemy committee.
An alchemist from the Zhu Ming serving as the cauldron master on the law.
Thanks to your words, Mr. Dan Heng, the general is under tremendous pressure right now.
Come on. Don't think like...
Miss March is right. I don't have the skills to share the still. I'll do my best to follow his instructions.
He looks like he has a lot on his mind.
This is too much trouble.
No worries. We're pretty experienced in dealing with the IPC. Hey, who's bragging? Anyway, this time it'll just be a few ordinary...
Well, since you're willing to help, I won't decline your kindness. Let's head to the...
Can I really reason with you Xianzhou people? I think I get it now. In your words, this is called...
But I am trying...
Ugh, that toxic voice sounds familiar. Haven't I heard it?
You know what? This isn't my first time dealing with the Skyfaring Commission, but straight up snatching IPC cargo is...
Just as I've said it many times already.
I'm hearing you loud and clear. I'm thinking clear. And my answer is crisp. Keep detaining my cargo, and I'll file a complaint directly with your general. You jerk! Who are you calling a dog? Wait. Why are you here? Staying on the Xianzhou, are you? What terrible luck. Wherever you...
Aren't you the guest from the Astral Express?
They're in trouble? No, it's me! I'm the...
Looks like you've met this IPC worker before. I was sent here to deal with the IPC protests in Ishikwe. What's going on here?
As you know, this IPC transport ship was attacked by the Boris, and this is Mr. Scott.
So, you're Scott. I've heard him mention you. Weren't you kicked?
Like I wanted to come back. I thought I'd just dock at the harbor for repairs and leave this forsaken place for good.
What do you mean by snatched? I've told you
Then why did you bring the cargo to the Artisanship Commission? You even brought in some shady craftsmen. It's obvious.
Listen here. Firstly, the Skyfaring Commission detected dangerous items that could possibly be weapons in your cargo hold. That's why they called me here to...
Even if there are dangerous items, what do they have to do with you? It's not even being shipped to the Luofu.
But you'll have to stay in the port for several days before your ship...
I understand, but we don't need to disassemble the
In most cases, we don't. However, our scans discovered that the cargo doesn't only contain machinery.
Biological tissue?
I'm afraid we'll need to wait for the Alchemy Commission for further confirmation. In any case, according to our regulations, we need to unseal one of the...
The Alliance's regulations on biological products are very strict. Without further
Oh, really? Fine! If anyone lays a finger on that shipment, they'll have me to deal with.
This Mr. Scott seems stubborn and difficult to persuade. I heard how you helped Aramali. The IPC...
What are you guys whispering about over there?
As I recall, this guy won't listen to reason and can only be persuaded with intimidation. But he does seem to follow rules to some extent. Let's use that against him. As I recall, this guy won't listen to reason and can only be persuaded with intimidation. But he does seem to follow rules to some extent. Let's use that against him.
Speaking of regulations, we have our own laws and regulations too. According to Article 4 of the Cienjo Alliance IPC Trade Consensus,
the Alliance can sign a non-disclosure agreement with you. That way, you won't have to worry about any infringements, right?
We can sign a mutually acceptable non-disclosure agreement in accord.
well, that makes sense, but how can we trust... Even if we set aside the secrecy of intellectual property, these prototypes built by the Intelligentsia Guild are incredibly valuable, beyond your wildest imagination.
Can you give us an exact amount, Mr. Scott? If there's any damage after the inspection, the the Skyfaring Commission will compensate.
The Skyfaring Commission. Yeah, they will compensate you.
I don't doubt the financial strength of the Skyfaring Commission. However, this is not just besides. Cargo on this transport vessel belongs to the Intelligentsia Guild. If you want to inspect the cargo, shouldn't you at least call in a member of the Intelligence?
I'm pretty tight with Dr. Ratio from the Intelligentsia Guild. Almost like family. Doesn't...
What's all this nonsense? Even if you were married to him, we both need to follow the regulations, because that's how the IP...
Everyone has their own set of rules. Now that you're on their turf, shouldn't you follow their rules too?
Yeah, I get it. I know I'm on the Cienjo, but if I violate these... Well, you guys sure know how... Fine. I'll allow you to do the security inspection. It's just that, I need some...
So, Mr. Scott, are you just stalling for time and planning to leave the Cienjo as soon as your ship is repaired? To avoid the sky...
Well, IPC staff are free to come and go.
Yeah, you've got some insight there.
Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Lingsha, Cauldron Master and head of...
Could she be?
Yeah, she's the new Cauldron Master assigned here from the Cienjo Jume.
I received a report from the Artisanship Commission about cargo containing samples of unknown organisms. It said they needed help from the Alchemy Commission. I had nothing better to do, so... It's fine, Mr. Scott. If you really don't want your cargo to be inspected...
It doesn't matter?
Why are you being so nice all of a sudden? Hmm? Well, since you're not going...
Yeah, sure. Why should I object? Not only this sample, but all the goods on the transport ship are yours to keep. Like I said, we won't...
Wait a minute!
Well, that's more like it. If our ship will leave in a few days...
Your ship can leave whenever you want, but I'm afraid I can't. According to the import and export regulation signed between the Cienjo and IPC, all biological shipments can only leave the port when they have Since we can't determine if your shipment is safe for the environment, I guess we'll have to wait for its biological activity to expire. Normally, it'll only take around 47...
Only 40?
Why so surprised? You're still young and full of energy. I'm pretty sure...
Ha! Typical of a long-life species. Your words are dripping with sarcasm, while you may not care about it.
Sure thing, Mr. Scott. You seem pretty confident that your career and life...
Step aside, guys. Let them do the inspection.
But, Mr.
Come on, we're already in enough trouble. Just let them do the security inspection. And if needed, I can always grovel before the Intelligentsia Guild later. I'm just using my head for what... Well, honestly, at least you're not as annoying as that woman. Bro, just do the...
This lady is... Is this the IPC product?
Listen up! Any damages caused by inspections will be filed with the IPC!
Turn it on! How unexpected.
Let's improvise.
Within the self.
In the mood for another beating?
Like I'm so burst to ashes! Yes, you! This isn't fun.
The mood is set. Let the show begin. To the rhythm.
What are you made of? Melt! Were you seriously planning to leave this stuff unchecked at the dock for days? That's way too...
I had no idea about it! You must have accidentally triggered the cargo's defense program.
I don't think trying to shift the blame is a wise choice.
But seriously, I don't know why that thing suddenly started moving!
Enough. Miss Shikwe, please escort our IPC guests to the Skyfaring Commission.
I'm on it. Please follow me, Mr.
Gentlemen, our preliminary inspection shows that there is indeed hidden biological tissue. I can't even tell if it's ingenium or biological in nature.
The core of this device is what they call wetware in industry slang. To put it simply, this machine operates with a kind of...
I'll take some samples for the alchemist to analyze and figure out where the biological tissue...
Why would the Intelligentsia Guild use such unethical technology?
Whatever the reason is, it's probably why the Borison attacked the ship. No wonder the IPC were trying to obstruct our inspection. I'll contact the Ten Lords Commission. According to our rules, all prisoners and weapons involving dangerous creatures must be taken to the shackling. As for you, Mr. Craftsman, please go with the Cloud Knights and explain this. I had a feeling that the IPC members would cause trouble, but I didn't think...
I should thank you for saving my life. Your sword skills were impressive. Taking down that big guy. I thought the General's retainers were all burly martial masters. I didn't expect Yenching to be... Oh! As for you, you must be the guests from the Astral Express, right? Saving the loft? It wasn't a... It's still early. So why don't we get some tea at the Alchemy Commission? We can discuss your suggestions.
I'd be happy to...
And you three are coming too, right? Alchemy Commission hasn't changed. The tides come and go. At the ancient sea.
You're a Lofu native?
Yes. I grew up here. Listening to the sound of waves while it's kind of sad, isn't it? Everything changes, but somehow...
The view here would be even better without the...
Oh, really? I think that towering tree looks pretty...
Even if it's impressive, it's a plague mark. The Xianzhou have been fighting a bomb in...
Well, once a seed is planted, no matter how long in my humble opinion, the rebirth of the Ambrosial Arbor and the resurgence of the disciples of Sanctus Medicus were inevitable. My bad. Well, since you went through the entire
What would you like to discuss, Miss...
I was lucky enough to be chosen by the Alliance to come in and... Honestly, the Alchemy Commission is riddled with problems and has reached a point where fixing it seems impossible.
Well, even though I'm a Vidyadharan like you, I'm an outsider, just like my companions here. I can't really say much about a remedy. The Vidyadhara and the Alchemy Commission on the Luofu have always been intricately connected. If you cannot distance yourself from these ties, Miss Lingsha, changing the situation...
I may not know about politics, but I do know...
I see. Thank you for your While the Lux Arrow from the Rainbow possesses unparalleled power to sever the Ambrosial Arbor, it can't, just like how the Cloud Knights can eliminate the remnants of the disciples of Sanctus Medicus. Our Xianzhou forebears knew this well. And that's why they entrusted the duty of guarding the roots of the Arbor 30 years ago. My mentor served as Alchemy Commission's Cauldron Master. She recognized, unfortunately, even though she was skilled in the art of healing, she didn't understand the human heart or how to eliminate the sickness lurking within the depths of the Alchemy Commission. In the end... And guess who arbitrated the case and handed down the sentence?
What?
You heard it right. The ones responsible for the corruption in the Alchemy Commission are not just the remnants of the disciples of Sanctus. Alas, why is your face turning? Don't worry about it. I understand that when someone holds a position of power, they may sometimes have to make tough decisions. I won't hold any personal grudges against him. Besides...
Lingsha, you're back! I've been waiting 8...
Yunli! Why aren't you with your grandpa? What brings you to the Alchemy Commission? Well, let me take this opportunity to introduce you to...
What is you? You stole my sword!
I see. Let's...
Why do I keep bumping into...
Of course not. Unlike you, Miss Yunli.
Grandpa used to say that a sword reflects its master. I talked to your sword. Now that I see you again...
Do you really expect me to believe that nonsense? I've been taking it easy on you because you're a guest from the Juming. But you're...
Just look at this flying sword. Even if I gave it back to you now, it'd just... You know the Cloud Knight saying, a Cloud Knight must never let slip their weapon. Yes?
Well, fine. You don't have to give it back because I'll take it back myself.
Between these two, who do you think is tougher, Dan Heng?
Get ready to...
It is my first day at the Alchemy Commission. A brawl is definitely not how I imagined.
Well, since you...
I didn't mean it in that way. Since you've already drawn... I've received reports that the delves near the Alchemy Commission are still infested with
Clearing out... It's the Cloud Knight's duty to eliminate those abominations. You don't have to ask...
Oh, you think you're the only one who knows how to behave?
It's so heartwarming to see both of you being so sweet and caring. Ever since the disciples of Sanctus, if you want a contest...
Lingsha, as always.
It's for your own good, little Yunli. While you
desire to compete against each other, I'd...
That's really thoughtful of you, Colt.
So, are you both... Ugh. Looks like my predecessor... Let me say it again. The one who kills the most abominations. Be careful when you draw your swords, and make sure you don't... Can we...
Dreams do come true. Still the same.
What are you making?
Mood is set. Let the show begin!
Melt!